Good day everyone, I am Teacher Ellie, your Practical Research 2 teacher. So this subject is intended for grade 12 learners. So kung ikaw ay grade 12 or ikaw ay grade 12 na nagtitake ng Practical Research 2 subject ay pwede mo itong panoorin. But before that, please kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel and click the bell button for notifications. So thank you so much in advance. Last week, you have learned on the previous video that quantitative research is a formal, deductive, and systematic process that focuses mainly on obtaining and analyzing numerical data. So, numerical data or having numerical data is the very first requirement for you to conduct quantitative research. The method of data collection is objective and replicable. So it is replicable for us to validate the findings and to prevent immature conclusions. And at the same time, its analysis is statistical and generalizable to the population, making the findings of quantitative research very credible and useful for everyone, be it for you, for me, for administrators, for lawmakers, for scientists, and business owners. It is for this reason that quantitative analysis or quantitative research can be applied, no, and it is very useful to various fields of study. So in this video, you will uncover the role of quantitative research in the advancement of knowledge across disciplines. Marami pwede tayong paggamitan ng quantitative research. So the very question now is, how is quantitative research applicable across fields? So as what I have mentioned today, you will know and illustrate the importance of quantitative research across fields. The value of quantitative research to man's quest to discover the unknown and improve underlying conditions is undeniable. Tama naman. Throughout history, quantitative research has paved the way to finding meaningful solutions sa mga existing problems na nararanasan natin, sa paghihirap na nararanasan natin. For instance, no, the development of vaccines to strengthen our immunity to viruses that cause highly communicable diseases like polio, influenza, chickenpox, and measles, to name a few, underwent thorough scientific experimentation or experimental trials. So, sa konteksto ngayon, ang ating mga scientists and medical experts sa buong mundo ay ang focus ay ang paghahanap ng best vaccine to fast track na para mapabilis ang paghahanap ng pinakamabisang bakuna to prevent everyone in the world sa coronavirus disease of 2019. The findings of the quantitative study can influence leaders and lawmakers' decisions for crafting and implementing laws for the safety and welfare of the more significant majority. Halimbawa na lang dito ay ang implementation ng enhanced community quarantine or general community quarantine. So, halimbawa, a community with high cases of COVID-19, be it a patient or gumaling na, will be mandated by the law to be under the enhanced community quarantine, na kung saan ang mga business na may essential yung mga essential businesses ay pwedeng mag-operate. Yung mga essential businesses lang pwedeng mag-operate. On the other hand, no, yung mga lugar na wala or kokonting cases ng COVID-19 positive patients will be under general community quarantine, na kung saan ang ilan sa mga businesses, kahit hindi sa essential, mapa-public or private man, ay pwedeng mag-operate. So this is a very concrete example that the findings of the quantitative study can influence leaders and lawmakers' decisions. Using quantitative design helps us determine and better understand relationships between variables or phenomenon crucial to reducing the range of uncertainty. Why? Because mathematics is involved. Mathematics, statistics behind quantitative studies helps us make close estimates of the outcome, which can be considered as a dependent variable from a given condition or independent variable. Don't you worry, yung sinasabi ko ditong statistical treatment, the types of variables, the independent and dependent, will be discussed on the next days. So the relationship between the demand and supply is also an example. Age and health, right? What else? Discipline and academic achievement. Uh, the intensity of practice and winning at sports. Depression and suicidal rates. Algae population and oxygen demand are just ilan lang sa mga halimbawa, no, of real-life application of correlation studies in the past that we still apply today. Most inventions and innovations are products of quantitative studies. Bago tayo magkaroon ng latest model ng Samsung, latest model ng iPhone, bago tayo nagkaroon ng pinakamabilis na processor sa laptop, no? Katakot-takot na taon ang ginugol ng ating mga innovators, inventors to establish compliance, no, to standards for interoperability, to find the most cost-effective raw materials, no, identify the sleekest and sturdiest design, no, the fastest data saving and processing power, and the most marketable add-ons according to consumer needs. So indeed, no, mankind will dwell in the darkness of ignorance if not for the people who conducted their research, particularly quantitative research, before reading about it from books or manuals. So lahat ng meron tayo ngayon, dumaan ng research, quantitative research. Some contributions of quantitative research to other fields. So here are some of the contributions of quantitative research to other fields. I have here some of the fields, but you may research more other fields na kung saan pwede nating pag-applyan ng quantitative research. Social science. Here is an example of a title from a social science. No, a quantitative research applied in social science. The effects of pandemic on social behavior and economic stability. Ano nga ba ang contribution ng research na to sa social science? It could be, no, sinukat niya ano nga bang epekto ng intervention sa behavior ng grupo, no? And at the same time, isa sa mga importanteng contribution ng research na ito, the effects of pandemic on social behavior and economic stability, to understand cultural and racial conflicts, no? Human satisfaction, ang daming hindi nasasatisfy ngayon. And of course, since we are in the middle of pandemic, what are the stressors of bawat isa sa atin? Let's have another one. In the field of natural and physical science. The research title is The Anti-Diabetic Properties of Common Philippine Herbs. This is an experimental, no, it's not experimental, but it's a descriptive, identifying or describing the anti-diabetic properties of common Philippine herbs. Ano nga ba ang naiambag ng research na ito from the natural and physical science? It could be, no, you will be investigating the effectiveness of a product or treatment to illness. Of course, that product is from Philippine herb. You will also find, the contribution is finding or enhancing alternative energy sources that could cure diabetes, or most importantly, since this is an experimentation, no, from identifying the properties of common Philippine herbs, no, it could be a great advancement in material science. Let's have another one. From the field of agriculture and fisheries. The title, The Effectiveness of Organic and Inorganic Fertilizer to Vegetable Production. So alam na tayo, from reading the title itself, malinaw sa atin ang mahalagang contribution ng research na ito. It could increase the yield of crops because you have already identified which is more effective. Could it be the organic or inorganic? Saan mas epektibo ang organic? Saan mas epektibo ang inorganic? The vegetable production. And more importantly, for the prevention and cure for crops and livestock diseases. After applying it to vegetable production, you will now apply it to livestock. Next field, the sports. The research title is the diet and exercise techniques for different kinds of sports. Well, by reading the title, the bottom line of this research is to enhance athletic performance. And that's a very great contribution. Ano nga ba ang mga epektibong diet techniques and exercise techniques na pwedeng magamit ng iba't ibang sports na meron tayo to enhance the athletic performance. Another field is business. The effectiveness of Facebook ads or the effectiveness of Facebook advertisement on sales. In business, this is very important now. And this research, I believe, made a very great contribution to business in devising marketing strategies. And of course, at the end of the day, to improve the marketability. Siyempre, bakit ka mag-advertise kung magpapalugi ka? You will advertise to improve marketability. And one way to do that is via Facebook advertisement. Next field is arts and design. The research title is The Effects of Music on Learning and Behavior. Mahilig tayo. Meron iba dito sa atin na habang nagre-review, habang nag-aaral, nakikinig ng music. May headphones, By this title or with this research, what are the contribution of this research? It could be you have identified the relationship of types of music to the learning and behavior. The multimedia use and adaptation for recreation and lifestyle changes sa pag-aaral. Next field is the environmental science. The environmental factors affecting natural calamities. And well, by just reading the title, it has contributed the cause and effects of climate change. Although marami na tayong naririnig tungkol sa climate change, from the word itself, climate change, nagbabago. Baka yung climate change noon ay iba na yung climate change ngayon. So those are some of the fields na kung saan ay pwede nating paggamitan ng quantitative research. And this is my reference from the Schools Division Office of Cagayan de Oro. So thank you so much for watching, and that's all about the importance of quantitative research across fields. To my students at Magdiwang National High School, don't forget to read always your weekly home learning plan because that will serve as your guide kung anong gagawin nyo sa module at kung ano lang ang sasagutan ninyo at kung ano lang ang ipapasa nyo sa akin. At sa lahat ng nanood, estudyante, practical research 2 students or grade 12 students, maraming salamat. Paalala, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and don't forget to click the bell button for notifications of the next videos that I will be uploading. Again, I am Teacher Ellie, nagpapaalala, mag-ingat tayo lagi. Goodbye.